Hello YouTube, I just wanted to make a video on KOSA. Might have heard it in the news there. It's a bill that's in the Senate currently, I think, or just passed the Senate. Still has to go through the House and eventually has to be signed by the president to go into law. But I just wanted to go over some of the reasons why I disagree with it. So to remain objective, I just um, I just wanted to show the actual text of the bill itself. So essentially, duty of care, this will require websites to protect kids from such harms. Some of these I agree with, like eating disorders, physical violence, sexual exploitation. I agree with sites protecting kids against them, but the issue I see with those being listed is that a lot of sites are already doing that. That's essentially the bare minimum to entry when it comes to hosting an online website, especially since a lot of states now require websites to do that part already. The issue is that some of these are vague enough, though, to where they could be essentially defined as anything the current administration disagrees with. So this compulsive usage one, uh, because number two here can also be misused, but not as much, because that also says that objectively verifiable claim and stuff like that. But number three here, they don't need to justify that. They don't need to um, have any sort of objectivity when it comes to forcing a website to protect against it. The other things that I see in this law that I disagree with, the safeguards here. So these are safeguards that are required to be in place by for minors and parents who want to set these safeguards up for their kids who are on the internet. Um, a lot of these are too cost prohibitive for small businesses. So essentially, if this gets put into play, the large conglomerates in social media are just going to be monopolized even more. Facebook, Meta, Twitter, X now, I still call it Twitter. Uh, they're just going to get cemented into policy, and things like Mastodon, Lemmy will get left behind, and they'll likely not be able to operate in the United States simply because these safeguards would be too cost prohibitive for them to implement, because this takes a lot of resources to implement. It's not a small ask. Um, but yeah, and then I was reading through uh, so the other thing I was going to point out um, is the identification requirements. Uh, so right here, age verification. So essentially, it's they're going to try to figure out technologically feasible methods to verify age, because if somebody creates an account, they can just put in a birth date that says that they're 18, and they can get past all of this, even though they're in real life they're 14. So they're essentially want to do operating system level age verification systems. What information may need to be collected to create this type of age verification system. So they're asking to do a very invasive study into how to, essentially the most invasive way to do an age verification. The issue with them doing this is it'll positively identify every device on the internet and who it belongs to. The issues with that is it can be used for blackmail, even though I don't agree with certain adult materials on the internet. If somebody browses them or creates an account with them, and then they have to upload an ID, or they have to associate their device with a real life identification. And hackers stumble upon that information in the database of them visiting that website, or the visitor information on that website. Then they have a way to blackmail them, to be like, they can threaten them to, if they don't do this, then their visit records will be sent to their wife or something like that. So that's the issue that I see with it, is it's going to be used in cybercrime. Essentially, it's going to create these back doors so that they can age verify everyone on the internet, and it's just going to be used for evil purposes as well. It's not going to be all altruistic. Another thing I see through this too is, and I think this is the reason why Google, Meta, and others are supporting this, the big five tech companies, is because with this age verification, they can positively identify everyone on the internet to be able to advertise to them. So if the government requires websites and services to do this age verification system, it means that they can track people across the internet, even on websites that don't sign up for their advertising and stuff like that. So that's going to come into play there too. But those are the main reasons why I'm against it. I'll likely be signing. I think I already signed one petition against it, but I'll possibly be signing more, um, because I don't agree with this law. I think it's too much of an or this bill. I think it's too much of an ask. I think it introduces too many security concerns for me to be able to support this thing. I'll probably leave the comments open unless people get really hateful and stuff like that against each other. So if you have any differing opinions, feel free to respectfully present those. So I guess I'll see you in the next one.